Now we have a contract extension in the NFL, and this one came down today, being this morning, Monday, June 3rd, and that is that the Minnesota Vikings extended wide receiver Justin Jefferson, an All-Pro, for 4 years, $140 million. And so, Toddy, I'm going to toss it to you first on this one. What did you think about Jetta getting paid, specifically to how it relates to our ongoing discussion that'll never end, that BA, a.k.a. Brandon Ayuk, ultimately will have to get paid by the 49ers. But just what was your reaction to Jetta getting paid? Because obviously it was well-deserved.
I thought that it was, it was well-deserved. And I feel like it was just a matter of when it was going to happen. I never thought that the number was crazy because I think we can all say he's arguably like top 2. So I thought that this would be a record-setting contract. He's basically getting low-end quarterback money, which is unheard of at the receiver range. But just, the boom of the NFL with, advertisement with, gambling and, the TV prices or the TV deals that they keep getting, the salary cap keeps going up and up. And with the collective bargaining, the salary cap is just going to keep increasing and increasing, which with every new collective bargaining agreement. So that kind of just, you'll start to see these insane contracts that will almost get to NBA-like contracts. You'll see these 140s going to, receivers. And we saw Nick Bosa become the highest paid non-quarterback ever last year with his contract extension in the offseason, which happened during training camp. Hint, hint. But I wasn't really shocked that he's the highest paid receiver in the league. I think we'll start to see now, like maybe Tyreek Hill's deal gets reworked. Devontae Adams' deal might get reworked because you got guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown making more than him. And obviously, I think a lot of people can attest that Devontae Adams is still one of the best receivers in the league. But I just think it's just the new market. I saw some things about Jamar and CeeDee Lamb. I don't think CeeDee Lamb's getting this contract. I feel like he's going to get something maybe close to it, but I don't think he's getting there. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's getting this record-setting type of contract. Although CeeDee Lamb had a career year last year, I don't know if he's getting that. I feel like the person who would get something similar to this would be Jamar Chase. Now, and I don't even know if Jamar is going to get this type of contract, but I feel like he'll get something close to it. I feel like this is more of an outlier contract, if that makes sense, because he is like what the market is right now. He's one of those new, fresher batch of receivers from a couple of years ago when the Eagles could have selected Justin Jefferson, but they decided to choose Jalen Reagor. This is from that draft class, so just
salt in the wound.
You guys got.
I mean, honestly, bro, it all worked out. If we would have never got AJ, I would have still been pissed. But it all kind of worked out.
I don't think that Kevin would say they would pay AJ Brown this type of money. I feel like this is a one-of-one type of deal with him being he could be like one of the greatest receivers ever. Like he's on that type of pace. Like he was on pace. I think he broke Randy Moss's rookie record, which is insane. So it's like this is kind of he is the standard. This is how much I feel like this is what the cap would be for what a top receiver will look like. Now, Jerry Jones said he's going all in. I don't know what all in means, but they've literally gotten worse in the offseason. I don't know if all in means we're going to pay top tier money to a receiver who is CeeDee Lamb a top 5 wide receiver? I don't think so. I don't think he's top 5. I feel like he'd be right outside of that. But I don't think Jerry Jones is going to break the bank for CeeDee Lamb. I feel like he'll get something similar, maybe a little bit more than what Amon-Ra got. That's what I feel like he'll get, in that range. Jamar, I feel like would get something similar to this contract. I don't know if he gets more than Jetta's, but it'll be closer to it than a CeeDee Lamb, if that makes sense. But yeah, I think Wes is really excited about this. JJ and JJ to get the two J's together, or the two JJs together, and Justin Jefferson and JJ McCarthy, that is. McCarthy will at least have another 4 years of, top wide receiver production at that position. So congrats to Justin Jefferson.
I do think that what you were saying makes sense, Toddy, just in the sense that like Justin Jefferson is one of those absolute top tier receivers. And so, Kevin, I know that you had a great mindset there that, everything worked out. Let's not be upset. But what do you think about Justin Jefferson getting a contract extension with the Vikings and how it probably should have been with the Eagles?
Well, like I told Toddy, he wasn't getting down to Philly. Ain't no way, no how. How we not doing that? You ain't. Nah, how he wasn't doing that. But let's flip this on the other end. Why was Kevin happy to see this deal? Because Howie Roseman said Justin Jefferson's around the corner. I seen the brick trucks; they're backing him up. Let's get these guys in. Let's get these contracts, so we don't have to sit here and pay this kind of money. Yes, AJ Brown and. Oh, I didn't thought I had to say that. I thought everybody knew. I thought it was just, I thought I had it tatted on my forehead. But
yeah,
AJ Brown and Devontae Smith are really gonna they're not Justin Jefferson. So don't let me get this wrong. But Justin Jefferson's guaranteed money is $110 million, and AJ and Devontae Brown combined is $135. So that's not a bad deal. I mean, that just goes to show how good Justin Jefferson is. That the two players make $25 more million than him combined. So Justin Jefferson, deservedly so. Toddy, there's one thing that you said that really didn't sit well with me, that CeeDee Lamb doesn't deserve this deal. So let me go ahead and give you two stats, and you tell me who would.
He had a record year this year. I thought he had a really good year last year.
So we're going to go – there's just two blank heads, and I'm going to give you stats. You let me know who you guys would pay more. One guy, 4 seasons, 2 Pro Bowls, or 2 All-Pros, 3 Pro Bowls, 395 catches, 5,145 yards and 35 touchdowns. That's player 1. Player 2, 4 seasons, 3 All-Pros, 3 Pro Bowls, 392 catches, so 3 less than the other guy, 5,899 yards. So he has 700 more yards, less catches, and he has 31 touchdowns. So he has 4 less touchdowns. So who would you guys pay at player 1 or player 2?
It sounds virtually
I'd pay both.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was like, it virtually sounds the same. This is like a trick question that Kevin likes to, weasel and kind of bend to his will.
CeeDee Lamb's obviously the answer here.
I feel like CeeDee Lamb is number 1, so Kevin will probably. It's probably number 1. But I think
a player.
Meanwhile, Garry is being a contrarian, saying, "You got to make me pick one. I want both."
I want to pay both.
So, Toddy, player 1 or player 2? What are we thinking?
Player 1.
Player 1. Shaun, player 1, player 2.
Player 2.
Player 2. Toddy is going with player 1 or 2? I mean, Garry, sorry.
I'm going with whoever had the most everything.
Okay, so you're going with player 1. So player 1 is CeeDee Lamb, the guy that Toddy said isn't a top 5 receiver. So the stats are very, very similar. So for you to say that's kind of crazy. Now I think the CeeDee Lamb contract is 4 years, 130. Like Toddy said, this contract is the ceiling. This is the top. It doesn't get above this. He is the market. So CeeDee Lamb coming off the year he had, you could debate, he could be the second, third highest paid. But Toddy did mention a guy named Jamar Chase, who is up there in the market pool. And I know this is kind of forward thinking, but there's guys like Stephon Diggs on a 1-year deal saying, this is the market. Like Toddy said, you got Brandon Ayuk's. Toddy hit the group chat saying, Kevin, where's the hoorah? Where's the hoo-ha? I'm like, is Brandon Ayuk Justin Jefferson? Did I miss something here? But it's great to see him get paid. Honestly, I was hoping to get him out of the NFC and just spite West a little bit, but happy he's there. And this is the kind of money you get to pay when you draft a rookie quarterback. So
who was player 2?
Player 2 was Justin Jefferson.
Oh. Justin Jefferson.
Give me Justin Jefferson over CeeDee Lamb all day, every day.
He was hurt the majority of last year, so that's why his numbers are down compared to CeeDee Lamb's. But I understand what Kevin's trying to do. He's trying to bend and break and fold it around.
That's where he got you there, Toddy.
He's trying to play some Tetris with us. So
It was deceiving.
But before you forget, Gary, I got one more. I got a game for you guys. So Toddy mentioned that Nick Bosa was the reigning highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. Can you guys name me the top 5 or other 4 guys that are now the
Aaron
top
Donald?
5?
Was Aaron Donald one of those guys?
I don't know what he was, but he's not one now because he's retired.
Oh,
so just
now, okay.
going in next to the top 5 highest paid players. But obviously, we already know Nick Bosa's one, so the other 4.
Travis
You said
Kelce.
non-quarterbacks?
Non-quarterbacks.
Is
Not
Trayvon
Travis
Diggs
Kelce.
one of those guys?
No.
No.
Who's second
Not
ranked?
on that list.
What's his name? Oh, you already know it's one of the. I think one of the linemen.
Bosa?
Oh, T.J. Watt.
Nick Bosa. We already said Nick Bosa because you
We don't
mentioned
pay
that
like
earlier.
that, Shaun. We don't pay like
So
that.
the other 4 guys. So Nick Bosa is 2 on this list.
I feel like a corner is on this list.
No, I feel like
No, not a corner.
it's a left tackle for sure, isn't it?
No tackles.
No tackles, really?
Is it
Left
all?
tackle?
Is it all skills?
Can't give you too many hints now.
What's the D lineman from the Jets? No?
Quentin Johnson? Not Quentin Johnson. That's the
Quentin Williams.
Quentin Williams.
Oh,
That was him. No.
is it? My God, Miles Garrett.
Mm-mm.
That's
That was a good one.
guess. Shout out
That was
Texas
good.
A&M.
Man.
You said
We can just start throwing millions.
The
of names
linebacker
here,
on
but
the
I feel we got to find a
defensive
direction
player?
though.
Okay, so the other 4 players we have 3 offense, 1 defense.
oh wow.
Defensive guy.
Another receiver. Tyreek Hill's one of them.
Mm-mm.
Waddle gets more than him now.
Oh, Amon-Ra St. Brown is one of them then.
Amon Ra is 5.
Okay, yeah, he's on this. Okay, so it's not
So
wide
now we need
receivers. I
1,
know
3,
that.
and now we need 1, 3, and 4.
Some
These
center,
are all non-quarterbacks.
Non-quarterbacks.
non-quarterbacks. And I know it's not a wide receiver.
I feel like it's all
Brown
receivers
is
though.
no.
It ain't running. It ain't running backs. We know that for sure.
You guys giving up when we give you the list?
Yeah, we give
Yes.
it. Go ahead.
You got any more guesses, Toddy?
Is one of them
I really thought Travis Kelce was a lock, but that was not on the list.
is it not Travis Kelce?
Mm-mm.
No. That was my first guess.
Okay, so- You got one more? You got one more, you Toddy?
Receiver has to be on this list because I feel like it's one of the receivers.
No, I'm gonna say Brown is the
Devontae
second
Adams?
paid.
No.
Yes. Oh, what?
No.
Oh, okay.
So
Whatever.
number 1, Justin Jefferson. I'm surprised nobody guessed that.
Well, I thought we
I
already
was
said
already
it.
given that. Yeah.
No, we already gave Nick. Because Toddy
Oh,
had mentioned
I
it
to be honest,
earlier.
I already thought that was
Okay.
already given.
And then 3, AJ Brown. 4, Chris Jones.
So, Chris Jones.
Chris
is
Jones.
So
Oh.
it's Justin at 35, Nick at 34, AJ at 32, Chris at 31.75, and Amon Ra at 30.2.
Damn. That's a lot of money.
Non-quarterbacks.
Well,
Big
Gary,
ballers.
you just heard right there that Justin Jefferson is now the highest paid non-quarterback, as we have already gotten to. But just what did you think of this move, Gary? Because when it comes to your own fandom, the Steelers don't really have that number 1 guy anymore. But they used to have they used to have CTE ESPN, not on this level, but they used to have Antonio Brown, who recently filed for bankruptcy. Hope things are all right with that guy and his mental health. But the reason why I mentioned Antonio Brown is he was like the last true number 1 that the Steelers had. And I view Justin Jefferson on that level that Antonio Brown once was at. And so do you think this was the right move for the Vikings with their new quarterback?
Yeah, I'm about to be quick, guys. To be honest with you, they better pay him. I ain't got no one else to pay up there. They got a rookie quarterback now. They didn't want to sell jerseys or bring anyone the damn stands. They better pay him. If they would have lost him, it would have been looking, unless they would have traded him for something so major, which would have traded their, fixed their future in terms of get a lot of assets to help build around the young quarterback. But to be honest with you, this is what they had to do. He's when you pick all pros and you pick once in a lifetime generational type talents or high talents in his department like Justin Jefferson is, you got to keep those players on your team. I don't know if it's the best way if you're looking from a GM perspective to build your team, because we've seen the teams that have won have, I don't think none of the teams have won in a few years have the highest paid wide receivers. They might pay him after the fact, like Cooper Kupp maybe at the time was the highest paid or whatever after he won Super Bowl and things of that nature. So I'm not really ringing a bell. We need good wide receivers now, but I don't know about the highest paid ones. So I don't know if that's the formula to win a Super Bowl, but we're in the Viking situation. You're not paying a quarterback, and you don't have that many people to pay. You want to keep assets and guys who bring people sit their butts in the seats. And so I think he deserves it. He's in all types of commercials and things of that nature. He's a well-liked guy, well-respected guy. And if you ever hear him talk too, he's funny too. So I feel like he deserves all his money. He deserves all his money. He's going to keep pushing. I think Kevin said this is the highest it was going to go. I ain't going to go any higher. Shit, you know how NFL goes. Bumping up. So I wouldn't be surprised if the next person, that wide receiver that's really great too, gets a bump up from this. So congratulations to him and the Vikings, man. I think that, I think it's good for what they got right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's going to be to help them to get to a Super Bowl type thing, but he's a winning player, and we see when he's on the field, he's a game changer. So especially if you don't have a quarterback if you don't have a quarterback that that's 100% guaranteed good or anything like that, he's a guy who's going to bail him out a lot. Just throw him the ball, and he's going to bring it down for you. So that's what you need sometimes when you don't got that guy behind the center. You're going to need guys to make it up, and he's one of the guys to help you make it up right there.
Yep, he certainly is.